Yeah, I have a tremendous amount of pride for all the guys who have either played for us or coached with us. You know, seeing them coach and have an impact on young men. You know, I think we chose this profession certainly not for the financial gains of it, but so that we could have an impact on young people and have them, you know, carry on a message about how to go about their business, not just on a basketball court or in a campus community, but when they go out into the real world. You know, we want them to have a positive impact on those guys. And I know the values of the guys that have been in our program and the coaches that have been in our program, and they carry those values through and spread that word. And I'm extremely proud of that.
Palombo is very quick to tell a story about me for some reason. They did it out there today, but we had about 28 members of the team my freshman year. Always tells the story of me being like the 28th guy, you know, and then I ended up having a pretty good career. But loves that. I always think about him. He always tells that story.
Caleb, definitely competitor. It would be the one word, because that guy is a competitor. Well, what makes him tough is what makes Caleb tough from as a coach, what he was as a player, is he's the most competitive guy that I've ever been around. He's the one guy. He probably helped me more than I've helped him, just watching him in a drill where we would do just a simple closeout drill, and he was just trying to just destroy the guy he was closing out on. You know, just his competitiveness, his fire, and we're not even keeping score in the drill, and the guy just wants to be better than everyone else at the drill and is going to try harder than anyone else at the drill. And he brought that, I think, to our teams as a player, but then when he coached with us as well after he graduated, brought that to our teams, and just that competitive fire is, he'll bring that now. He brought that to Huntington, he'll bring that to Hampden-Sydney, and that's, you know, that's a great trait to have, and his teams play with that kind of enthusiasm and fire and competitiveness, and that's going to take them a long way.
You know, Coach P is an ultimate competitor. He wants to win at everything that he does. So the first one would be, I think I was probably a junior or senior. I wasn't a very good free throw shooter. So he walks up to me after practice one day and he's like, I think I could drop kick more in the basket than you can make out of 10. And I was like, you know, right, no way. So we bet like a sprint on it, and he ended up beating me. So that was pretty embarrassing and humbling, but it was kind of funny, and that's kind of lasted with me, you know, since I've graduated. But
I think Tyler. You know, Tyler was a great player for us, you know, National Player of the Year, playing for the Lakers Summer League team. And he, you know, it's funny because, you know, the style of basketball that we played when he was here was pound it inside, get him the ball. You know, we ran everything pretty much around Tyler. And now, you know, Tyler's teams are, you know, they play up tempo and press, and I think he enjoys that style. So it's certainly contrasting to what we did as basketball. But I think that shows that, you know, his coaching abilities are developing, and he understands, because that's what you have to do. I mean, you have to find your niche. What can you know, what are the best players you can attract, student athletes you can attract in your program, and then how can we put them in a situation to be successful? And he's done that, and they will continue to be successful. They made great strides throughout last year, and he'll continue to do that. But I think it's an example of how he's grown as a coach. To, you know, we played one style. You know, he was under a different style when he coached at Hampden-Sydney, and now he's got to do something different when he's at Ferrum. So I think that shows how he's evolved and how he keeps maturing as a coach.
So I think I got two non-basketball things, and Caleb and I were talking earlier, and I don't know if I ever had a tennis career, but I like to think I was pretty good. My dad was a player at Virginia Tech. I mean, he taught me a decent amount, and so Coach P's always talking about tennis in the office during my season there, and after the season we start playing, and I think he just took my soul on the tennis court. Like, I couldn't beat him, and I couldn't beat him, and I went home and I tried to get lessons from my dad to try and improve, to beat this guy. But so I might not ever play tennis again. I don't know. And then the second memory that was great was we took the off season and we did the T25 videos as a staff. And Coach P led the charge just every day. Hey, when are we doing T25 today? You know, when are we doing T25 today? And we made it through the whole set of videos. That was a pretty fun time.
Yeah, you know, Pete, when Pete came to coach with us, you know, I thought Pete was pretty mild-mannered, and, you know, in practices he was, you know, very businesslike and to the point, but, you know, Pete coached our JV team, and I remember the very first game, and Pete's out there screaming at the referees and really getting on our players in a really good way, and I don't mean that he was screaming at the referees, just, I mean, just very emotional and very into the game, and I was like, wow, you know, he really turned on a switch getting into those games, and I think that really helped him in his development, being able to coach that JV team for that year, to maybe feel more comfortable talking in front of the team and doing those types of things. I really think that helped him grow and prepared him for the job he has now, and he's done a great job at Randolph, and his guys play with that fire and that passion I was talking about that both that Tyler and Caleb's teams do as well. Yeah, I didn't realize that I would, first of all, would be coaching as long as I have. And when you're a young coach, I don't think you think about those things. Like, you don't think about, you know, what, I know I didn't, what players will do when they graduate, and how what I said to them or how I treated them would impact, you know, their lives, or if the coaches that have coached here and gone on to coach other guys. I think you start to learn that as you get older. The impact maybe that you've had on guys when they come back and talk to you, or you get invited to their wedding, or you know they have kids, or all those things, and how far it spreads to, you know, all the coaches that I've been fortunate enough to work with, and the programs that they have, and it does. It's a great feeling. But I didn't think I would do it this long. And when I would see guys that would coach for 30 years, like, oh man, I would never do that. And now here I'm 29 years. So I guess I'm following right along with the guys that I thought I would never do it that long. But it's been more than that. It's like you were saying. It's just the wide-ranging impact from the guys that have left the program that make me feel really good.